The rapper 50 Cent and Tony Yayo's former friend decided that he wanted to expose them, and it's bad.
Now, at some point, you meet Tony Yayo. You know Tony Yayo since you were a kid?
I know Tony Yayo since I was a kid, yeah. He was signed to not signed, because they wasn't signed, but they was in an underground group called Rags to Riches. It was him, Fat Shy, aka DJ Rough Hands, God bless the dead, and my man Katif, God bless the dead. They call him Huey P.
Do you remember how you guys met? Did you guys go to school together?
No, we ain't go to school together. Yayo like 10 years older than me. We ain't go to school together. We met on the block. 134 God Brewer.
Okay, so these were like your big homies that you looked up to.
He was never my big homies. I never looked up to him, ever, in my life.
That's crazy. The way he reacted, oh man, he really don't like him. Like he despises 50 Cent and Tony Yayo. You never looked up to them. Come on. Come on, that's cap. You was around them this whole time. You was just being around and you didn't like them? That's super horrible. that's lame. But in the hood, that's very common. Remember, I always say, especially from where I'm from, New York is the only place I know where you could be around someone every day for 20 years, eating with them, making money with them, and you find out they never liked you. Not even a little bit.
What would you think? What would you say your like wildest situation growing up there?
The wildest situation? Man, I don't think that's for the camera. Come on. So there was a time that we was on the block and a dude walked through with his girl, and he walked through a whole bunch of dudes because our block is any given day is flooded. It's not like that now, but it was 20, 30 guys on the block. And when the guy walked by, dudes threw a duck sauce at his head. And it was, in retrospect, it was corny, but everybody was laughing about it. I really wasn't jacking it, but that's one of the scenarios, but.
Okay, what happened after you guys threw the duck sauce at him?
I mean, what you gonna do? You got 20, 30 people. What is the dude really gonna do? It was really like some bullying, so I really didn't respect it, right? But that's one of the wild situations, you know? But there's other situations that it been dice games. Like Tony Yayo was at a dice game. He was rolling dice with somebody and left. He got smacked. Guns came out. It was a wild, wild west situation, you know?
Throwing stuff is corny as hell. Can't front. I've heard something similar like that about Tony Yayo before, except for it was a milk carton with milk in it, and it was when he was in prison, but it was also children, teenagers that did it. That's what word on the street was. Could have just been a rumor. To be honest, I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I didn't hang out in Tony Yayo and 50 Cent's hood. I wish I did, though. I would have learned a lot from 50 Cent. Y'all know I rock with 50. I think that he's like a genius.
As far as being in the studio with 50, Rough Hands used to have a studio in his basement. It was like a makeshift studio. It didn't really produce the best quality, but we was there. Like 50 would record his thing, right? Nothing to do with us. He's just from our block. And we used to go record our parts. We was 134 All-Stars, right? There was a particular moment that I recall that there was an artist named Storm P, right? And this was after 50 got stabbed. There was an artist named Storm P. I was in the studio. My man Dre Product was in the studio. Doc Intelligence was in the studio. A dude named Gangsta Lou from Linden was in the studio. We was all there chilling, right? We was doing the mastermind.
Smurf was there?
Smurf was there. Yeah, Yayo was there and Banks was there, as a matter of fact. Also, yeah, they was on that, but Banks wasn't Banks at the time. He was Lazy Lloyd. He wasn't dealing with 50 at that time, right? So we go to the studio and whatnot. We waiting to record. There's a dude named Storm P. He's from Baisley Projects. He actually ended up being managed by Superstar J. I don't know if that's still true to this day, but he was nice. He was doing this beat. I don't recall the beat, but his bars was hard. I recall the bars. He said, I dodge potholes, man, so I don't my rims. You dodge puddles, so you don't your Timbs. And I was like, whoo. He was young at the time, like I aged 18, 17, around that time. I'm like, oh, this nigga's nice. He's like, he was spitting that pain. So 50 came in the studio while we was in the studio, and he heard that, and he said, yo, who beat is that? Like, yo, I'm jumping on that. He ain't even asked boy that actually did the beat. He just said, yo, I'm jumping on that. So the engineers let him jump on the track. He said, rumor last year, 50 got bagged. Rumor this year, 50 got stabbed. What's the rumor next year, huh? 50 got mad and tore Jai head off with the 4-4 mag. He said something about black, my baby mom's a wild out and stabbed me worse than that. You know? So that was the issue, of course.
I feel like I remember that era. Either way, this guy's being a chatty patty. I don't know if he realizes he wouldn't be doing this interview, right? Or no one would want to do the interview if it wasn't for 50 Cent's name being attached. Maybe even a little bit Tony Yayo, because he's been doing his thing podcast-wise. So yeah, nah, I'm not really with this. This is kind of crazy.
Like I said, you know, Storm P was from Baisley. So 9 times out of 10, his management team was from Baisley. Supreme is from Baisley, right? I'm not privy to what happened after that, to what happened if Preem called 50 or not, or what was being said. I'm not privy to that. I do know that after that studio session, the next day, I went to the block around 12 o'clock, something like that. And they like, yo, 50 got shot earlier. So we all go to the back blocks. It's taped off. So we like, he actually honestly thought he was dead. We didn't know he made it. We thought he was dead, you know?
Right? When I reverse, I said, I seen the car coming. I'm trying to be considerate. But I thought 50 saw it, so he ain't say nothing. But when I turned around, I'm like, yo, who this? I seen somebody jumping out the car. He seen the car, but he didn't see the person jump out the car. That's what I mean. I asked him, yo, who this? He like, I'm waiting for a response. And the response I get was, oh, so I'm like, oh, when I turned, the nigga started shooting. So I forgot the car was in reverse. I'm thinking the car's in drive. So when I step on the gas, I hit their car, thinking that I was gonna go forward. I went backwards. So when I went backwards, I hit my head. That froze me. But 50 said he didn't get shot to this point here when they froze me. That's when the gunman came around the car and he shot us. But in that process, the girl was screaming. She like, drive, drive. So that's what woke me up. And I drove down the block and I drove him to the hospital.
Okay, and so did you reverse the car at all after you kind of started to take off?
I just told you I had the car in reverse. I said that.
Okay, let me explain that. Sorry, bro. Let me explain a little bit better. So you guys start to take off. At any point, did you guys like...
Oh, yeah. I see what you said. Yeah, I did reverse back. When 50 told me he had a gun, I did reverse back. I didn't think you wanted me to say... I see what you did. You went and you seen what I said before. All right, yeah. I had a gun. Yeah, we had guns in the car. I backed up. I said, yo, I was going to go back to shoot. But he was already hurt, and Shorty was like, yo, take him to the hospital, take him to the hospital. So I took him to the hospital. I couldn't take hearing what she was saying. She was all hysterical. I had to get her out the car. So when I got her out of the car, it was just me and 50. I wasn't from Queens, so I told him to stay up. Yo, you gotta direct me to the hospital. So he directed me to the hospital.
Were you shot at this time?
I didn't know I was shot until I got to the hospital.
Where were you shot at?
I got shot in my left hand. It went in and out.
You didn't even know you were shot for all that time driving and everything?
Nah, I ain't know I was shot. The way, like, it went through my flesh. Like, it wasn't really like, it's like through right here.
So he got shot how many days after? Just a day after?
The day after, yes, the day after.
Sound like snitching to me. Sound like ultimate snitching. And you doing this for money? Just so you could get that paper? You could just get a job. Call me crazy. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the hype button. Watch more videos. Also, make sure you're subscribed and all that good stuff. Check out my music too as well. Should be able to find it on our homepage, the link to my music channel, which is BX Beast Boy.